everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a quick video on how I make my bows. There's two types of bows I make. One of them I saw on my DIY channel called the Bestie bow. That's her bow. And then there's another bow that I do that I seen on Dave's Wreaths and Things channel. But today I'm gonna do the bow from my DIY channel, the Bestie bow. Now, if this isn't exactly the way she do it, forgive me, but this is the simplest way for me to do this bow. Okay, so I get my ribbon, measure it out 24 inches. So I'm just gonna have one piece of the burlap. I'm out and I don't feel like going to get another one, so. My next ribbon is polka dot red. I'm going to do two pieces of this one at 24 inches. So, one. Two. And all of this ribbon I got from my antique mall haul. And y'all, over the weekend, they called me again. They had a bunch of mesh in, and they said, hey, come and get it. So as soon as she called me, I rushed up there, and as soon as I walked through the door, someone had about 12 of the mesh. Of course, those were like the ones that I really wanted. On the counter, they were buying them. They were like, oh, she beat you to it. She got some. Mind you, there was still like 70 more in the back, but those, like 3 of those 12 are ones that I have and I wanted more of because it was only 1 or 2 rolls. And I'm like, crap. But I went back there and I looked at it. All it was probably about 85 total rolls, and she had probably about 12 of them, and they were like, oh, $50 is what he said. And I went back, I said, I don't know. And I was looking at it. I've been spoiled, y'all. I've been spoiled. And they was like, well, he's here, you can go talk to him. I was like, huh. So I was back there looking at it, trying to decide whether or not if I wanted to come off my $40 for that. And he was like, hi, can I help you? I was like, is this your boo? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, hi, I've been buying you out. He was like, oh, nice to meet you. I was like, yeah, nice to meet you too. A lady had about 10 of these up front there, and they said 50, and I'm just trying to figure out if he's like, well, 10, okay, so that leaves about 75. Okay, how about $40? I said, let's go ahead and make this happen. So I came prepared. I had me some contractor trash bags, loaded it up, 2 bags full, and he said that he had some more ribbon, that partially used ribbon, and that he was going to have that this coming up weekend, and I told him I'll take it off his hands. So he said that's all he has, that he'll be wiped out at that point. I was like, how did you come across all this? He was like, well, I was like, just a little bit here and there. He said, yeah, I'm just collecting here and there. I'm like, okay. I didn't want him to give up his source if he did have a source. I was just kind of curious on, you know, if it's just left over from somebody he knew who was a crafter or something. Just being nosy. Wasn't my business though, so I was probably just from here, there, everywhere. No big deal. Or no deal breaker enough for me if he didn't tell me. That's his business. But I bought it all. And once I get his ribbon, I'll be done, because he will be completely out. So now what I'm going to do, I have 5 pieces here that I cut. They're 24 inches long. What I'm going to do now is dovetail them. So I fold it in half and then fold it like this, and then I just cut it at an angle right there. Now for us to do that for each one, And these will be dovetail. When I saw my DIYs bow, this Bestie bow, I was like, finally something that I can do. So I just watched the video and just followed her step by step. And I was like, I didn't think I would ever, you know, make a decent bow, but very simple video to follow. And I was thankful for it because I had no earthly idea on how to make a bow. The only experience I had with trying to make a bow was at Christmas time, and my bows looked like my wrapping paper jobs, like crud. So I was really thankful to come across her video on a bow I could do. I've seen some other bow videos and they have like 9 layers of bows and it's thick as your entire hand, and I'm like, oh, that's a little bit much for, you know, what I'm trying to do. But I just needed something simple, and I also adjust the size of the loops, making them smaller. If I just want like a little mini bow. In my last video, I made a mini bow for my wreath instead of a, you know, big full size one. But that's all it needed. So if you haven't checked out my video on how to use your leftover mesh and basically scraps and turn that into a wreath, check out the video. It's somewhere up there. But here's all my pieces and they are dovetail. So now what I do is I fold it in half and I am going to make 6-inch loops. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I'm going to do is 6 inches, and then I squish it up like this and I put mine right here. And then what I'm going to do is get the black one, fold it over, make sure the right side is up, and then 6 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then just squish this up, and then right there. Then I'm going to do this one here. This one, it doesn't really matter which side, since you know there's no bad side, but usually I try to curl it up, you know, the way it naturally curls. So right here, 6, and then I just place it right here, and then I'm gonna grab the black one, and I'll just do this for all of my pieces. And this last one here. Now, Dave Wreaths and Things channel, Dave loves to fluff bows. I do not. It seems like it takes me forever to fluff bows. So I don't like it, but I do it because it's so pretty once it's finished. So now what I do, I got it like this. And now what I do, I just add my Chanel stem. And I just swirl it around. So at this point I leave the tail. This is a whole Chanel stem. I leave the tail to wrap it around my wreath frame. So now all I'm going to do is fluff. So let me fluff this out, and I may speed through this. And when it comes to the tails, you try to separate them away from the same color. So this right here is basically all you do. Just fluff it out. And that's basically it. So y'all, after that, you'll be able to attach this to a wreath frame using this right here. So this bow here will be used on my next project. So, and this is it. So y'all will be seeing this one soon in my next project. If y'all have any comments or questions, drop them below. Please subscribe, turn on that notification bell. I know, shameless plug, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.